Hello everybody, I'm Laurentio, a Master Certified Ascension Coach, and today we're going to speak about twin flame telepathy and connection. And yeah, let's get right on to it. So, telepathy, it's a very common subject that people want to know about, want to understand about it. Usually I see questions about like, oh, can I speak with my twin flame telepathically? Can my twin flame hear me telepathically? Can we continue speak, really communicate with each other? Well, uh, there's a yes and there's a no. There's a yes, you can communicate with your twin flame constantly, and you do that through your feelings. You're always connected with your twin flame because you are one. As being one with your twin flame, that means that you can connect and communicate with your twin flame constantly. So therefore, um, yes, there is that kind of telepathy, just not in the way that you might think, because it's not in the way of like you hear exactly his thoughts or uh, her thoughts, like you hear exactly what they say in their mind. Sometimes might happen some things like that, but like how it can actually happen, to kind of give you an exact example. I remember I was going to the store to just buy groceries, and at some point I just heard in my mind, okay, buy some chocolate. And I was like, well, I don't necessarily have chocolate to on the list to buy, but sure, I'm gonna buy chocolate. And I come home and it's like Alexandra is, oh, I actually wanted to tell you to buy me chocolate, but well, you bought chocolate. And then it's like, oh, so you thought about me buying chocolate. You wanted to tell me about it. You didn't got to tell me, but I still got it. Well, it was that kind of experience, and it can happen. It's not uncommon that you kind of get this kind of intuition, and it's more like your communication with your twin flame when your twin flame maybe wants something and you just get it. So it's possible to be like that. You just have to see that, don't get attached to it. That's all that this is. Don't get attached to that communication and know that you're already one. So therefore you communicate first of all through your heart with your twin flame. And that's really important because it's about connection. It's about you connecting with your twin flame. And to connect with your twin flame, to understand this at a very uh, basic level, is connecting with yourself. If you're not connected with yourself, you cannot be connected with your twin flame. That's it. It's as simple as that. Connect yourself with yourself, and you're able to connect with your twin flame. Now you might ask me here, like, well, I'm connected with myself, but my twin flame doesn't connect with me. Hmm. You're one. Therefore, what I'm gonna tell you here is, well, if you are connected with yourself, but your twin flame is not connected to you, that means that you're not connected with yourself. Or there can be another possibility to that people might not like to hear this, but I'm gonna say it. And that is either you're just not connected with yourself, either that person that you think that may need to be connected with you might not be your twin flame. Hard pillow to swallow, but in order to find that out, you have to go to this space of like, well, uh, what am I maybe not connecting with myself? Let me connect deeper. Let me find places within myself. Sometimes it is about getting clear on how you're not connected with yourself to be able to find out. You hear that. No matter if that's your true twin flame or not, you still need to go deeper into that so you know for sure. Therefore, allow yourself to see it from that point of view rather than being attached to something. So, yeah, like when it comes to telepathy and just connection, just know that it is about you connecting deeper with God as well, because that's the main thing here, connecting with God. If you really want to have a connection with your twin flame, connect with God, connect with God and yourself. If you have a problem with being connected with yourself or God, you will then just have a hard time really, just en- enjoying that connection with your twin flame. Without that, you're going to have an unstable relationship with your twin flame or connection. So remember this. Without God, without having a connection with God, you cannot have a stable connection with your twin flame. If you don't believe me, try it out and you're going to experience on your own. Or those who are not experiencing a connection with their twin flame, they may already understand that. Because here, when it comes to this connection with God, I understand there are a lot of things that can come up. There can come up about religion, that you have problems about that because there are upsets about that, there are feelings about that, about how things weren't loving in some places, and yes, there are a lot of things in different places of the world and religions that some things might not be so loving as others, but every religion has something loving in it. Now, I don't want to excuse them if they did something that's not nice, but I want to just say, just take what's good from it and discard what's not good from it in order to have a good time on coming together with God, because God is a loving God, and that means it's only love, there's no punishment. That's important because if you believe God is a punishing God, well, trying to connect with your twin flame would be like not a fun time. Let's put it that way. You can ask me in the comments if you want to know more about that. But just so you know, when it comes to like telepathy, coming back to that, more like a conclusion, is that you and your twin flame are one. Therefore, you can always communicate. The only required thing here is to just choose to see that connection and to allow yourself to connect yourself deeper with God and yourself. Therefore, you're going to be more connected to your twin flame and you're going to have a much easier time communicating emotionally and sometimes even mentally. But just as I said, in small things, and it's going to come as intuition. Therefore, that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment on this video, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.